Yeah, 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 yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Fail or Fire, the series where we show you what we think is a fail fire or just plain mid. I am your surviving purely out of spite host, Thundarius, and I am joined by my absolutely fantastically amazing co-hosts.
What a nice guy. I'm repping the game. A game strange. Shades.
I am Dylan, and my shirt has a triangle on it.
And we are Cyber Skull Media. First off, Merry Christmas, everybody out there. If you want to see us wearing Christmas gear, you got to go watch our Christmas metal cover videos because that's where we're wearing them. And we have 2 more coming out next week. We even did one this week about a guy who's got a beard, who likes to eat food. He's from Leeds in the UK. His name's Beard Beats Food. You should go check that one out. He's from a lot of your guys' neck of the woods.
I have a beard.
And welcome in, everybody, the Cyber Skull Mafia, the Council of Steves, everybody in our live premiere chat, because we premiere these at the same time every Friday and hang out in the chat with everybody. Welcome in. Drop your sick boy and Johnson emojis in the chat, because today is going to be a good day. Do you know what we're covering today, Shades?
I know it's Ren. I'm having trouble figuring it out, though.
Dylan, do you have any idea?
No, I've been thinking all day and it still troubles me.
Oh, Troubles, that's right. We're covering Troubles by Ren, and not just the regular music video, but the acoustic as well, because as y'all know, if there's multiple versions and you guys want to see it, we'll do it. We're doing it for you. We're giving it to you. That's what you get today. Merry Christmas. Before we get into this today, I want to let you guys know we got a Christmas special coming up on Sunday. More about that and some other announcements about where we're going with the rabbit hole the rest of the month later in the video. Well, boys, should we go ahead and get into it? Because this one is over 4 minutes long and we got 2 of them to do today.
Let's go.
I suppose.
Good, because you're going.
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
Trouble so hard, trouble so hard.
I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts. Leave me stop when I reach in, memories are seeped in. Hydrochloric acid, I go to war and get passive and freeze up. Music help the ice to thaw. Put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor. Pull it out of the impossible, Excalibur sword. Etching notepads full of reasons why my feelings are sore. The first day that I got sick, ejected from the cockpit of living. 19, young teen, waking up bitten. Posters up, manhunt, Ren went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. The first year maybe was the hardest. Waking in the body that was buried like a carcass. Brain in the lion's den, body in the shark pit. Waking up in pain again, aching, broken hearted. Persistent little.
All right, well, that was our first verse, boys. What'd you think?
I have to correct myself before I get drugged through the comments. That was actually Moby. I thought it was a Fatboy Slim song, but it's Moby's Natural Blues. I had to fact check myself, and I apologize to the world. Yeah, I expect better of myself. I fucked up.
And you went and that all up, Dylan.
Sounds like, oh lordy, your troubles are so hard. Now, I know there was some stuff at the beginning that may or may not all be able to be seen in our little viewer. So since it was such an interesting message, we will go back and read it at the end of this video. So we'll go back and read that to you. But if you're new to our channel, we read the lyrics every single video or very close to it. If that's not your thing, feel free to skip ahead. I don't reach into the past very much, for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts leave me stuck when I reach in. Memories are seeped in hydrochloric acid. I go to war and get passive and freeze up. The music helped the ice to thaw. Put a chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor. Pull it out of the impossible Excalibur sword. Etching notepads full of reasons why my feelings are sore. The first day that I got sick, ejected from cockpit of living. 19, young teen, waking up bitten. Posters up, manhunt, Ren went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. The first year maybe was the hardest. Waking in a body that was buried like a carcass. Brain in the lion's den, body in a shark pit. Waking up in pain again, aching, broken hearted. Now, I know a lot of that message at the beginning had to talk about him being bedridden with his health. And now that we're like 20 videos or so into our Ren rabbit hole, we definitely know a lot of his health background by now. And, you know, we're hitting these all in different weird orders. But it's interesting hearing him speak it like this and making it difficult as fuck for me to read. Well, my favorite lyric was probably put a chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor. I got one of those. I'm worthy as fuck, motherfuckers.
You can't wield that hammer.
I just did.
I like the but music helped the ice to thaw line. So true. It definitely helps you out for sure. His music too. Like
You guys have learned through some of our videos some of the troubles that we've been through in our life with our health and things. And when things are going rough, nothing helps more than putting on some good music and trying to get your head right, man.
It maybe was the hardest. Waking in the body that was buried like a carcass. Brain in the lion's den, body in the shark pit. Waking up in pain again, aching, broken hearted. Persistent little blogger, I was bouncing from a doctor to a doctor to a doctor, like a table tennis game that has no end. So be the fate of Ren. Every single question answered with a question on the end. The second year I came to terms with giving up my dreams. Mine was severed from the means that helped me write these rhyme schemes. Brain was inflamed, the fatigue was crushing. Hard to remain sane with your brain combusting. And the third year was murder, living in a purgatory full of worry, wouldn't live to be 30. Lifestyle hurt me, always in my bedroom. Rearranged the alphabet and all the letters spelled doom. Light hurt my eyes, popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24 I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25.
Well, it sounds like we are going through his whole history of dealing with his medical stuff up until the point that he shot this video or wrote this song, at least.
Yeah, I think what's it, 19 to 26. So that's 7 years of going through it.
can't imagine being that young and going through that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, it would suck being old too, but got to go through all that before your life even really starts. Like, geez.
That's extra shitty. I've had health issues all my life, not to this extent. Had a bunch of shit when I was a baby. I dealt with this cancer recently, but going through it at that age and for that long from that age, the things that it would do to your mental health along the way. Like it's amazing that this man is standing here making art the way that he does and connecting with people the way that he does in spite of all of that.
The art's what keeps him going.
Persistent little bugger, I was bouncing from a doctor to a doctor to a doctor like a table tennis game that has no end. So be the fate of Ren. Every single question answered with a question on the end. Of the second year, I came to terms with giving up my dreams. Mine was severed from the means that helped me write these rhyme schemes. Brain was inflamed, the fatigue was crushing. Hard to remain sane with your brain combusting. And the third year was murder, living in a purgatory full of worry, wouldn't live to be 30. Lifestyle hurt me, always in my bed tomb. Rearranged the alphabet and all the letters spelled doom. Light hurt my eyes, popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24, I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. I couldn't even get on disability, man. The system sucks. But even living on it, like it's bullshit too. The lines you got to stay between. And if you go just past the line enough, even if you can't do certain things, you're SOL.
Dude, I had a high school buddy of mine, very unfortunately, diagnosed with early onset Parkinson's, like before he turned 40, and fought 3 years to get disability. Lived in a camper. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was completely unfair what this kid had to go through. When he had a diagnosis, he couldn't do anything, and disability wasn't there. It's a sham.
I got a buddy I grew up with, and he's got some messed up feet, like super high arches. They're angled funny. Like he goes through shoes like crazy, and disability is like, nope, you're good enough. You can walk.
This is bullshit, man.
Pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24 I was poor, disability benefits. benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25 and the scars that were etched, they crack. Elastic bands only stretch so far and then snap deep in psychosis. Hallucinations, troubled vision. Visits from the underworld were conjuring my superstition. 25 living back at home with my mom, but not because I'm a bum, alone and physically done. So thin, so frail, so weak I'd become, and my skin so pale, never kissed by the sun. One time I carved a hole in my chest just to feel. I wish that was a metaphor, the struggle was real. When you're living in the Holocaust, you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel. Facts. 26, I'm highly medicated and the pain sophisticated while I'm lying broken naked on my back. I bore my microphone until my coffin started dropping raw thoughts with the Grim Reaper knocking on the track.
Man, this dude has been through some shit.
I want to know where he is. I've been like studying all the surroundings here, and I cannot put it together.
I'd say he was bussing, but it is just boo.
Busting for the boys?
Bussin'.
That shit's bussing.
We had the Guardians, some kind of sports team or school mascot. I saw a zoo sign, Boston Pizza.
He's wearing some classic Chicago Bulls gear in one of the shots. 25 and the scars that were etched, they cracked. Elastic bands only stretched so far and then snap. Deep in psychosis, hallucinations, troubled vision, visits from the underworld were conjuring my superstition. 25 living back at home with my mum. But not because I'm a bum, alone and physically done. So thin, so frail, so weak I'd become, and my skin so pale, never kissed by the sun. One time I carved a hole in my chest just to feel. I wish that was a metaphor, the struggle was real. When you're living in a Holocaust, you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel. Facts 26, I'm highly medicated and the pain sophisticated while I'm laying broken, naked on my back. I brought my microphone into my coffin, started dropping raw thoughts with the Grim Reaper knocking on the track.
Damn.
Webby?
I was gonna say, you know who else has raw thoughts?
Chris Webby, son of Dave.
Dave the Goat. Gotta be so rough. The things suck so much that you're carving things into your chest just to feel.
It's crazy.
Speaking of having skin so pale it's never kissed by the sun, that's things that Dylan and I have to go through on a daily basis. The sun is our mortal enemy.
I'm a day walker, though. I'm a hybrid. I can tan a little.
Oh, well, fuck you then.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
I can't. I burn like a motherfucker. I gotta reapply 100 SPF every 15 minutes or I'm gonna come out extra crispy with a side piece, 2-piece dinner biscuits.
That's how some bitches like them.
Bet your country ass run faster if I had one of your grandmama's hot butter biscuits.
Highly medicated and the pain sophisticated while I'm lying broken naked on my back. I bore my microphone until my coffin started dropping raw thoughts with the Grim Reaper knocking on the track. But then, man, lo and behold, I heard an angel beckon on this treacherous road. Was a stem cell doctor with a generous glow. In the cell transplant, pulled me out of the cold. And my skin got younger and my body got stronger and my stomach felt hunger for a door that was closed. And my soul heard music for the first time. Beauty was a word I'd use for this gift of gold. Oh Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Make me whole. This music I give you. Pain that I live through. Everything I've been through is yours to hold.
All right, well, that was quite the interesting end of the video. Looks like I got more stuff to read. So why don't I start with these lyrics? We'll talk about it a little bit, then I'll go back, read the rest of that, and we'll let you guys know what we think about this one. Does that sound good, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And man, lo and behold, I heard an angel beckon on this treacherous road with a stem cell doctor with a generous glow, and a cell transplant brought me out of the cold. And my skin got younger, and my body got stronger, and my stomach felt hunger for a door that was closed. And my soul heard music for the first time. Beauty was a word I'd use for this gift of gold. Oh Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Make me whole. This music I give you, pain that I live through, everything that I've been through is yours to hold. We got some Vera Hall chorus. Oh Lordy, my troubles so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. I saw that it's Vera Hall, so I'm guessing that he sampled a song called Trouble So Hard by Vera Hall, which I might have to go listen to now. I'm sure the Renegades will give us all the fine details about that, but there were some interesting things that he said there in those lyrics.
The strength coming back, getting back to himself, getting back to feeling music in his soul, not being in the state of misery, starting to come out of that with kind of some passion and some drive. Music meant something to him again. I just like that arc in his story.
Well said, sir. Well said.
Well, there were some things here that, there's probably a few things that we've missed along the way. I'm sure the Renegades will let us know because they know we are whores for lore. But when he said, and my stomach felt hunger for a door that was closed. Now we know he could only eat a few different foods, but I also feel like that's in relation to maybe his Sony deal. He lost it. It was a door that closed. And he has probably never felt more longing to make music and do things that he loves after going through all the shit that he went through more than ever before.
Bet you're right.
I don't know. I feel like depending on when this came out, I guess would change that narrative a little bit. Going the indie route, connecting with fans the way he has, you don't have that same opportunity on a major label. I've seen several bands that kind of hit big. They break away from the indie circuit and sign with a label only to relinquish some control. A lot of bands I know that have regretted that somewhat. They thought that major label was their ticket out. They thought that was it. They end up owing the label money. The label gives you all this money up front, and that's to record, that's to market, that's to promote, that's to do shows. And then at the end of an album cycle, you have to pay that back. The label wants that recoupment. I don't know. Depending on when this came out, in hindsight, I don't think he regrets that loss, but depending on how close that is to that record deal passing him by, it could be.
And somewhat relate with various doors closing over the years. Just because a door closed, it may suck in the moment, but that doesn't mean that another one won't open. And as long as you take something from those experiences and move forward with them, there's always a silver lining. There's always a reason for everything that happens. But these last few lines here where he says, and my soul heard music for the first time. Beauty was a word I'd use for this gift of gold. Oh Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. The music I give you, the pain that I live through, everything I've been through is yours to hold. Man, all right, I'll get real with you guys for a second. When I was going through all my cancer shit and I was sitting in the Mayo Clinic hospital, it's the first day that I could get out of bed and wheeled around. I had my stepdad wheel me down to the chapel there. It's pristine. And I kind of just sat in there by myself for a while, talked with the big man upstairs. Coming out of everything that I did, I was saying a lot of the same things all the way through it from beginning to end. I relate quite a bit to those lyrics. And it felt like my soul, even though I don't have one because I'm a ginger, it felt like my soul heard music for the first time. I don't know. Something clicked in me after going through that experience. It's like a switch was flipped and I can't turn it off. And I know it drives Shades and the boys crazy sometimes. The drive I have now and the need and the want and the hunger that I feel now, I have never felt in my life about anything before when it comes to the YouTube channel, when it comes to all the things we've got going on behind the scenes you guys don't even know about yet. When it comes to making music myself as a drummer and lyricist and kind of okay singer, I've never had the drive and passion and hunger for these things. And I probably wouldn't have it if I didn't go through those troubles and experiences. And it was fucking hell. It wasn't hell to the level that he's experienced for sure, but it was rough, man. I don't know. It's full steam ahead now. It's full steam ahead. Like I said, I'm now surviving purely out of spite. You can't hold me back. You can't hold me down. Haters be damned. We're taking this channel to 100K and beyond. It's just a matter of time. We love all of you who rock with us and that are here week in, week out. Even if you miss a premiere, you're always showing up later in the comments. So we appreciate every single one of you, especially the ones that watch the entire video. You guys are the real MVPs.
Beautiful words, buddy.
Shucks, folks, I'm speechless.
Not crying yet, but you guys might get me one of these days.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
All right, well, this may take a minute, but I'm going to go back and reread all of this because it's not all really going to show up very well when I zoom in, especially with our overlays. But from the age of 19 until 26, I spent most of my life in bed in physical and mental pain. I spent years bouncing from doctor to doctor, searching for a way out with no luck. More time that passed without answers, the more my body would deteriorate. At the time I was 25, I could barely stand and entered a stress-induced psychosis. Though I was convinced I was going to die, I did climb out. This is my story of hope. Wished I'd had more stories of hope at the time. Conditions like Lyme disease, ME, MCAS, POTS, fibromyalgia, etc. all receive criminally low attention and funding relative to many other conditions. It's very, very true. Victims are usually left to suffer for years without any solid explanation of what is going on and receive very little help to escape a body constantly at war with itself. This can make you feel like giving up, and many times I came close, but I'm so happy I didn't because life is beautiful now. I promise yours can be too. Those of you still living in the dark, hold on. There will be a day where these conditions are more easily managed. Till that day, I will keep pushing for more exposure, more compassion, more understanding. All deserve a life free of suffering, where we can find moments of real beauty and peace. Even when things seem hopeless, I promise this is still possible. Hope. This man is right.
That's my favorite four-letter word. I have it tattooed on my knuckles.
Keep fucking going, man. Whatever you're going through right now, this too shall pass. It will pass. It has to. Keep going. Keep moving forward. The struggles are worth it. The adversity is worth it. You will get to the other end if you just keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may be.
That's how winning is done.
So real quick, one of the conditions he mentioned, which is criminally underestimated, neglected, and I feel like improperly used, and this is a personal story in my life. My wife was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. She lived in constant pain, doctor after doctor. They would try different treatments, different meds. And eventually, when we found the right doctor, all of the symptoms that she had been suffering through actually was diagnosed and treated as endometriosis. And that took care of all these pains. Fibromyalgia was kind of like a blanket. When they don't test enough or they don't know what to call something or what to treat it as, then they're like, well, it's nerve pain, it's fibromyalgia, and it's kind of just a blanket that gets thrown out there. But more often than not, there's some deeper underlying cause. Which what he's talking about. He saw doctor after doctor after doctor until you finally get a treatment. And how much time did he spend suffering before they got him on the right path? My wife lived in pain for years and never did get over that until we got the right diagnosis. So it affects us all.
I never had none of that, but I know people with stuff like that. I knew somebody with, I think Thunder, you know him too. Old Steven, he had fibromyalgia. Didn't know much more than that, other than he had it and that it hurt.
Yeah, it's a constant pain. It's like a nerve pain that just doesn't go away. It's hard to treat, and sometimes it's a symptom of something else, and sometimes that's the actual diagnosis. But just a matter of what the medical professionals are willing to do, how far they're willing to go to get the proper diagnosis.
Nerve pain all too well. I'm missing my C7 nerve down at the root on my spine. The nerve is gone. It's quite interesting, let me tell you. Let's see what we said, because we have one more song to go over. So let's see exactly what we thought. Well, Dylan, what'd you think, buddy?
I think this was fire. I like the story he took us on. Obviously, another one of his deeply personal tracks. And again, yeah, we've heard some of the stories. We've heard some of these things addressed in different songs. But to go from his life 19 to 26, I like the redemption arc here. Goes from being bedridden, miserable, looking for a way out, questioning, what's this all for, to music gives him hope. He's got this music in his soul. He's got this drive. He feels creative and strong and hungry. So yeah, I love it. I think it's an absolute fire track. I like it when he shares his life with us, and obviously musically very very talented. I did not know who the sample was from originally. They said it was kind of a big hit for Moby back in the day, but yeah, I did not know that. Was it Vera Hall? So I'm going to check that out myself as well. I've always liked that sample, so it'd be cool to hear the real song. So as typical, he sends me off on another rabbit hole to do some digging and some research, which I always appreciate. So great lyrics, great delivery, super good production, top to bottom, it's fire.
All righty then. I mean, come on. Did you think it was anything else than fire?
I mean, come on now.
We gotta ask.
That's true. That's a fair thing to say, but it's always fire. It's always fire with Ren. May not be one time, but still, so far so good. I'm still I still have not listened to anything unless we've covered it here. So I'm still pretty new to everything, but it's all dope shit. His story, his troubles, puts everything into perspective. Like, it's insane.
As Shades said, we don't listen to this stuff outside of these reviews so that we can make these videos for you guys, and that's a very difficult thing when you love music as much as we do, to save it, which it makes Ren more of an event, more of an entire production, more than just his music for me. Every time he sets them up, every time he knocks them down, this was fucking fire, man. The dude can write, the dude can rap, the dude can sing, the dude can play music, the dude can make beats, the dude can do about anything, okay? And it's pretty damn fun and rocking along with it. Even when he's talking about difficult subjects like the things that he's been through, being able to relate to some of these things really makes the music speak to me more. I know a lot of people out there relate to that, and it's nice. You know, I really wish I would have had this when I was going through everything I was. It might have helped me go through it a little bit more, but you know, I had King ISO there for me. I had Echo there for me. I had Sean James there for me. I had various musicians that made music that got me through those times. And if it wasn't for that music, it would have been a hell of a lot rougher than it was. Thank you, Ren, for making some absolute bangers that can speak to us on levels that a lot of other music can't. Should we get into the next song?
Let's roll.
Autobots, roll out. We roll.
Except for we're not gonna, because you want to know why, Shades?
I have no idea.
We're gonna speak to the Renegades just real quick, because we got a few things to say before we get into the acoustic. First off, we want to shout out a subscriber and follower of the channel who is a big Ren fan. She popped in one of our posts last week or the week before, something like that, and asked if we would do something. So I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Belschmacht Music. She is German, and she showed up. Actually, let me just go pull up her post for you guys. Shout out all of our homies in our chats, in our comments all the time. Now, I may take a screenshot and put it on the screen, but he said, "Hey there, last week I covered Chalk Outlines. It's a great song and I love your reactions." It's a little off topic, but still, please read through it. I'm Bells. I wrote a song for Ren, and I wrote it not only from my point of view. I think many of you Renegades would feel seen too. The people who've listened to it until now showed me this in their lovely comments, and I'm thankful for every single one of them. Now, would you please give my song for Ren a listen or react if you want? I've done it with a full heart. Well, if you'd like to, and if you'd like it, please share it with other Renegades. So I'll let you guys, you know, if you want to pause and read through this, go ahead, but you can go subscribe to her channel, go show her some love. She covered Chalk Outlines, a few other ones. She's got Thanks, Ren. I think that's the song she was really talking about. But yeah, she's done Chalk Outlines and a few different things. So go check her out. I thought we'd share some love, rising tides and all that. Do you know what we got coming up on Sunday, Dylan? Do you know what's happening Sunday, Dylan?
Sunday.
I am going to be present for the Cyber Skull Media Christmas special.
Yes, please come and show up if you can. It's going to be a good time. You can come back and watch it later. We'll leave it up and we'll chapter it out. We are having our Christmas special. The details are on the screen now. If you can make it, it's probably going to be a 2 to 3 hour show. It's going to be a long one. We're talking Christmas movies, Christmas music, good music, not that regular crap you hear at the mall from Mariah Carey. We're also going to tell you guys our best of 2024, our favorite movies, TV shows, musical artists, and a couple of us might even give our top 5 albums of the year on that stream. So we're going to have a couple guests on. It's going to be a great time, and we look forward to seeing you guys there. It's going to be a fun one. If you guys need another selling point, I have never put this much work into a live show that we have done on this channel ever. And you're going to want to be there early, because the starting soon screen going to have some special music on it with a video. So you're going to want to be there. Next week, you know what we're covering, Shades?
Maybe.
What about you, Dylan?
I have a hunch.
What are we doing, boys?
Don't remember.
I have no idea what's going on.
Do you remember?
The Big Push.
Correct, sir. We are covering The Big Push. And what song? Icarus. Now, I know a little bit about this song. I haven't listened to the fucking song. I haven't listened to the whole song.
The whole song?
No, I haven't listened. Listen.
You listened to some of the song?
Things show up in reels on Instagram, and I can only get out of them so fast. But I heard a little bit of it.
Yeah.
No, so I always heard some.
And it's in my brain, and I have to watch it. I have to hear the whole thing. I've only seen like a few seconds, a snippet.
That's more than me and Shades.
I gotta get it out of my brain. I gotta listen to it. So don't spoil it in the comments, because I know some things about the video. Don't spoil anything about it, but we're covering The Big Push next week. As far as I'm aware, an original. Icarus is an original. Are we gonna fly too close to the sun and get burned because it's absolutely fire? Find out next week. Cyber School Media. Now, the last thing I'm gonna say is we're gonna talk about Ren and him making Christmas music. But guess what? We're saving that until the end of the next video. So we're gonna hit the acoustic, but after the acoustic, we're gonna let you guys know our thoughts on Ren making a Christmas song. Ask you guys another question. So stay tuned. Should we get on into it, boys?
Let's hear this acoustic jam.
Trouble so high, and don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts. Leave me stuck when I reach it. Memories are seeped in hydrochloric acid. I go to war and get passive and freeze up. Music helped the ice to thaw. Put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor. Pull it out of the impossible Excalibur sword. Etching notepads for the reasons why my feelings are sore. The first day that I got sick, ejected from the cockpit of living. 19, young teen, waking up bitten. Posters up, manhunt, Ren went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. The first hit maybe was the hardest. Waking in the body that was buried like a carcass. Brain in the lion's den, body in the shark pit. Waking up in pain again, aching, broken hearted, persistent little bugger. I was bouncing from a doctor to a doctor to a doctor, like a table tennis game that has no end. So be the fate of Ren. Every single question answered with a question on the end. The second year I came to terms with giving up my dreams. Mine severed from the means that helped me write these rhyme schemes. Brain was inflamed, the fatigue was crushing. Hard to remain sane with your brain combusting.
It seemed like a good place to pause. We're not going to reread the lyrics, but fucking hell, this man does something to me when he puts on an acoustic version of a song and really just like becomes one with the music.
I think massive bonus points for singing that sampled part, the Vera Hall part. That takes it up a massive notch, I think.
Oh, absolutely, for sure. It's amazing how he can just kill it with a rap or hip hop track, and then he turns around and does it in acoustic, changes a few things, and just like blows my mind.
I think it's pretty dope that he's doing this inside of a moving car.
Right. Props to, is it Sam or whoever's shooting this video? Like, that's some skill. And then sitting in there and having it all set up technically, if he's actually recording in this car, had to be a massive pain in the ass.
Still trying to figure out where he is. I keep studying all these landmarks in this rev.
He's in a car, Dylan.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Oh, where he is in the world.
Probably in the UK, Dylan.
You sure about that?
Is it a front-facing camera?
Are you a front-facing camera?
That helped me write these rhyme schemes. Brain was inflamed, the fatigue was crushing. Hard to remain sane with your brain combusting. And the third year was murder, living in a purgatory full of worry, wouldn't live to be 30. Lifestyle hurt me, always in my bed. Tomb, rearrange the alphabet, all the letters spelled doom. Light hurt my eyes, popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24, I was poor. Disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25, the scars that were etched, they crack. Elastic bands only stretch so far and then snap deep in psychosis. Hallucinations, trouble vision, visits from the underworld, but conjuring my superstition. 25, living back at home with my mum, but not because I'm a bum, alone and physically done. So thin, so frail, so weak I'd become, and my skin so pale, never kissed by the sun. One time I carved a hole in my chest just to feel. I wish that was a metaphor, the struggle was real. When you're living in the Holocaust, you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel. Facts. 26, I'm highly medicated, and the pain sophisticated, while I'm lying broken naked on my back. I brought my microphone into my coffin, started dropping raw thoughts with a grim reaper knocking on the trap. But then, man, lo and behold, I saw this angel beckon on the treacherous road. Was a stem cell doctor with a generous glow, and the cell transplant brought me out of the cold. And my skin got younger and my body got stronger, and my stomach felt hunger for a door that was closed. And my soul heard music for the first time. Beauty was a word I'd use for this gift of gold. Oh Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Make me whole. This music I give you, pain that I live through, everything I've been through is yours to hold. Oh Lord, you know, trouble so high. Oh Lord, you know, trouble so high. And don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say that my eyeballs are wet. They're a little wet. They're not raining, but they're a little bit wet after that.
Hey, it's okay. Just let it all out.
Do you know where he is?
I'm gonna say Michigan.
He's in Calgary.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep. 118 Empire was my reference point here.
That's what I went with.
Yep. That is a restaurant in Alberta. It's in Calgary, Canada.
It's a restaurant in Michigan, sir. I didn't type in the Empire, so you're probably definitely right.
Well, look at the professor being a detective tonight.
Where in the world is
Ren Diego.
Hey, speaking of detective, how many people do you think have been sitting over there just stewing on what I said about it being a front-facing camera? Because I know it's not a front-facing camera. You can read Adidas.
Yes, and the 118 Empire. Yeah.
What if they just flipped it in post?
Oh.
That was incredible, guys. That was incredible. I don't know if one of his tracks have hit me the way that hit me. That was fantastic. Somebody talk.
Very good. Like I said, I love the vocalization there. I love him singing the sampled part from the first one. You know, we'll get into our reviews here, but yeah, the acoustic stuff always just has a different element of, and I'm kind of a sucker for like good singer-songwriter stuff. So when you take like his incredibly good studio type stuff, and then you flip it more into this intimate singer-songwriter style, it just has another level, you know, an extra layer to it. He does what he does.
I love a good acoustic player that actually has a voice on him. I've heard some acoustic players that are and their voices on them are
Yeah, not everyone can pull that off.
I don't have much of a voice on me, but the band is covering Animal Flow. Y'all probably gonna get it for a while, so calm down. Kind of want to cover Chalk Outlines now with the female vocalists. There might be one or two that I've talked to. I kind of want to cover this, but write my own verses about my own personal story.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But I don't know. That'd be That'd be some work. That'd be something that might happen down the line. I don't know. I'll think about it. I know a guy who can play acoustic for me. I know more than one person who could play acoustic for me while I perform it. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Maybe. I mean, it's a fat chance, but maybe you get a verse from Ren on your song.
I ain't gonna be doing much with music. I ain't gonna be to where I can get a Ren feature on my stuff. But maybe one day.
Why not?
I'm just a nobody.
Aim high, Willis.
I don't know, maybe after he sees Animal Flow, because that's going to be amazing. I can't even wait for you guys to see that when it comes out. But
Exactly. Hope for the best, expect the worst.
this was dropped 6 months ago. Not surprising it dropped 6 months ago, and the song's talking about Patrick Mahomes.
I didn't catch that.
He talked about the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper.
13 seconds. Not just how long I take in the bedroom, but also how long it takes for Patrick Mahomes to beat the Bills in the playoffs, or tie the game at least. Should we go ahead and get into the review, because people are waiting to hear the rest of the news that we got and the special stuff I've got for them waiting.
Let's go. Let's not keep them waiting.
This was motherfucking fire. I'm long-winded. I'll keep it short. This was amazing. The rap was so good. There's times where I'm like on the fence about which one I like better. But this one, I absolutely like the acoustic better, man. Made me tear up a little bit. Made my eyes a little wet. Made my eyeballs sweat just a little bit. Not a whole lot. Didn't get no running tears, but you got close tonight. It was so good. The acoustic work is amazing. His singing voice is a joy to listen to. As y'all saw, I had permagrin from ear to ear, man. And it just kept getting bigger the longer the song went. And I wish that worked for other parts of my anatomy too. But since it doesn't, I just got to leave you guys with this fire. And now I want to know exactly what Shades has to say. Oh, wait, I have one last thing. You know who else has shot and recorded? Well, I don't know if he shot, but you know who else has recorded the music in a car while it was moving?
Said everybody on carpool karaoke.
But Locksmith dropped not just one, not just two, but 3 albums this year. And one he recorded while driving Lyft, or supposedly that's the name, is Locksmith Lyft or something like that. And there's various artists, rappers that sat in the car and were on that album, one being this guy named Echo. Fun facts. All right, now, thanks to the fun facts, big facts, Shades facts now, baby.
Well, let's just start with that was also fire. Because like I said, I love a good acoustic and a good voice. Everything ran all out fire. Just a big ball of fire. It ain't going out. Fucking fire.
I also would have to say this is fire. And like you, I would say I like this version a little bit better. The studio version was super solid, very technical. Loved the sample, loved what he did there. But yeah, we kind of stripped down. It just feels like it has more passion and more soul when it's just him and his guitar and a microphone. I think it was just an extra level of emotion and heart and soul. Like I said, music's supposed to make you feel something. And the acoustic versions from him always make me feel just a little bit extra. It was fire.
I also want to add in there that this is probably my favorite acoustic by him. So we'll add that in there.
I think you're right.
Howard Johnson is right.
It was something, man. It really made me feel some sort of way over here. I've been noticing in the rabbit hole people asking about Ren and making Christmas music, and lots of people are posting about that. He doesn't really have anything like that. People were giving various answers. My answer was, if I saw Ren do a Christmas song or something with that thematically there, I think he could write a kick-ass song that has to deal with the concepts of the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future from A Christmas Carol. I think he could write something really fucking cool using that concept.
I like your style.
So if you guys like that, maybe get that idea to him from Thundy. I think I'd like to see him write something like that. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
I think he's got a lot of personal experiences he could weave into that.
I think it is a great idea.
He did write a little something, and somewhat related to Christmas. I see he's been on a fun trolling spree, not an asshole trolling spree, but he's been on a bit of a spree, and he posted a little voice clip that I grabbed the other day. It's him singing something that, well, it's kind of Christmas related, but you want to see what it is? It's gonna be quite the this is a treat. for all the people that are still here at the end of the video, because there's not very many of you guys there. There's not very many. I know that view count just plummeted when I started talking partway through to the Renegades, but here's what I got for you guys today, all right?
And now the floodgates will open.
I'm gonna get back to talking about this.
Hey, that's Prof. Stop. No, that's Prof. That's Prof. We recorded Prof before this. Go see the Prof video we recorded this week. But he did. He talked about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in there, so that classifies it as Christmas, right?
Sorta.
Very minute.
Whoa, she turned me into a newt.
I thought it'd be fun and maybe a fun little tidbit for the Renegades, especially those who saw it and caught the clip. But it was fun. I thought I'd throw some fun in there. But you know what else would be fun for the people who are watching this video right now, Shades?
Probably to go snoop around some of our other stuff.
We have well over 100 videos. Depending on how this week went, this is either episode 109 or 110 of our whole series. We've got a whole entire Ren playlist too. It's pinned in the description. It'll be pinned at the end of the video. You can go down our own Cyber Skull Ren rabbit hole with us. You'd even hop in our Discord and give us some ideas. Give us some ideas of where we should take this thing in January, because Thundy will be hanging out in the Discord for a little bit right after this video. So thank you everyone for being here for this premiere, and whoever is watching it back later, I'm headed to Discord. I'm gonna go hang out. Like and subscribe, become a member if you really want to support the boys and get us where we need to go. Let us know in the comments whether you thought this was a failfire or just plain mid. Let us know which version is your favorite. Let us know if you're coming to the Christmas live special that's coming up soon.
Get out of here! I gotta work!
Because we are Cyber Skull Media. This was Fail or Fire, and we keep bringing you guys the heat all winter long. We'll catch you guys next week. See you later.
Later.
Are you still here?